Hello, what's your emergency? 911. Hello. I would like to report an incident of gang stalking. Ma'am, did you say gang stalking? Yes, I would like to report an incident of gang stalking. Well, hello, friends and family. This is Laura coming to you with another short video, and today's topic is gang stalking. So let's jump right into it. What is gang stalking? According to the Urban Dictionary, gang stalking is a form of community mobbing that takes place on the workplace, in a community, online, and in families. And believe it or not, it is more prevalent than we think. It is happening more often than we can even imagine. And so, in my research, I wanted to come up with a layman's definition of what gang stalking is. And this is what I came up with. It is a sick game that's played by people for entertainment purposes, and they seek the total annihilation of their target. So as I looked at this, what makes a person a target? What would make grown-ups, what would make another human being treat a person this way? So let's check it out. Let's look at some reason. Well, my friend, believe it or not, at the root of gang stalking, and maybe you knew this already, but guess what it is? It is jealousy and envy. Does that surprise you? It really didn't surprise me. What happens is that the group of gang stalkers, they perceive the individual as a threat. And this could be happening in the workplace because this person could maybe become a whistleblower. This person may be a threat as far as moving them out of their job, be their replacement, or receiving a promotion before they do. Another reason for this vicious activity is fear of exposure. And what do I mean by that? It means that there is something that has taken place, something deep, dark, a secret, in which the consequences of exposure is more than the gang can bear. And so what do? They'll do anything to shut this person down. They do not want to be exposed. And they will work 24 hours a day to make sure that this person does not leak out whatever that deep, dark secret that happened, that occurred. What else I found is unresolved issues can make people start behaving as gang stalkers. And what I mean by that is that something took place years ago, perceived insult or injury, and it was never resolved. Another thing is that when the target decides to go no contact, and these gang stalkers, they cannot accept rejection or abandonment. It's like, you know what? We are not going to allow you to get away with not talking to us and everything. And so we're going to pick at you until you fall apart. You can't do this to us. That's not allowed. And so they start to gang stalk the person because they can't accept, that you can't do this to us. That's a problem. The final thing that makes a person a target for gang stalking is that the mob, the group, they feel that this person has something that they are entitled to, or the target has something in which the group feels that they don't deserve. So, what could that be? It could be something as simple as a house or a car. I dare you drive a nice car like that. I dare you live in a house like that. How did you get that? You don't deserve it. Also, it could be the person's spouse. The gang stalkers or someone in the gang could desire the spouse of the target. And so they want to move this person out the way as quickly as possible so that they can move in and start experiencing everything that they have, the joy, the laughter, everything that the target is living that this group perceives that they should have. They feel like there's been a great injustice that this happened to this person. How could this person be blessed? Really? She don't deserve it. He don't deserve it. And ultimately, the gang stalkers, they want the person's life. They want to live the type of life that this person is living. And so, what are some signs in which there's gang stalking going on in a person's life? What are some signs that you should look for if you think this is happening to you? Well, the first thing is that remember their entertainment and their goal is to destroy you or for you to self destruct. So they will start something that's called a smear campaign, which means they'll begin to slander and lie and spread rumors on you. They will say that you've done things that you didn't do. They will bring up your past and hold it against you. They will tell people that the target is crazy or that they can't be trusted. Don't tell them anything. Don't talk to them. They can't be trusted. That they're a troublemaker. They will also say that you said or did something that you didn't say or do. They will turn anyone and everyone that they can against you. And so you may start to notice that, they will talk to your family and your friends and not talk to you. That's a form of gang stalking. Or they will only talk to you in front of your family and friends so that it's not so obvious what they're doing to you. So that when you do start to complain about it, oh, that's just how she is, he's crazy. Don't believe him. Another thing that you will notice is that they may even make false reports against you, such as calling CPA, Child Protective Services, having the police or the fire department to arrive at your house for no reason, which that's prosecutable by the law. You may also start to find trash being thrown in your yard or, constantly cleaning up someone's dog poop. And so those things, some of those things can be proven because you can put up video cameras. But the other little things that I mentioned, those are very covert. Those are hard to prove. So as soon as you start to see these telltale signs or feel that this is happening, start taking notes. Because again, as I mentioned at the beginning of the video, this is prosecutable by law. It is a legal form of harassment, and law enforcement can get involved in this, but you have to be able to prove it. Okay? So, what is the agenda, the hidden agenda of gang stalkers, this mob? What is their hidden agenda? Well, first of all, their agenda is to isolate you, that no matter where you go, that there's a dark cloud that hangs over you that follows your every move. They want to make sure that when you self-destruct or they destroy you, that you don't have a friend or an ally in the world, that you feel so alone that you have no one to turn to. And also, they want to make sure that you don't believe in yourself. You don't trust your instinct. You don't even trust your own story. You don't know who you are anymore. That you will come to them for your story. They want to rewrite your narrative and get you to bow down and stop whatever you're doing to accept their excuse or accept their story that they're telling and forget your own. Lay down your own truth. So that's their agenda. They always have an agenda, and it's sad, because, bad things have happened to people who have suffered at the hands of gang stalkers. So let's take a look at some of the things that has happened. Well, what are some of the things that can happen to the target? Well, the target can get to the point in which, like I said, they don't even know themselves anymore. They walk around in a fog. They don't even trust their own judgment. And the sad part about it is they go to the gang stalkers for validation. Validate me. Who am I? Well, tell me what happened. They forget parts of the story, or, they start to accept the story, the rewritten narration of the gang stalkers. Also, people have experienced nervous breakdowns from this, PTSD, anxiety, depression, and sadly, people have been driven to commit suicide because of these mean and vicious and cruel people that set out to destroy someone just for entertainment. And they're not going to stop until they achieve their goal. But what I want you to know, if you are a victim of gang stalking, remember that you are not alone. They can't take everyone from you. And there are some things that you can do. As I mentioned before, take notes. Um, talk to someone, a trusted friend or family member, join a support group or someone who has experienced this. And just remember that God says that He will never leave you nor forsake you. So you're not alone. He promised that, in the Bible, that whatever ditch that someone digs for you, that they themselves will fall in it. He also promised that no weapon formed against you shall prosper. Remember the story of Joseph, in which his family, they were so jealous and envious of him that they threw him in a pit and sold him into slavery. And what happened to Joseph? God rescued him, and he in turn had to rescue his persecutors, which was his family. And God said, you know what? What they meant for evil, I will turn around for your good. So God is on your side. Let Him fight your battle. Pray. Do whatever you can to live the best life possible. Eat right. Drink enough water. Get enough sleep. Ignore it if you can. But if it becomes unbearable, talk to someone. Also, make sure that when you come out every day that you look your best. You smile. You keep your head up high. Do not allow them to take away your smile. Because you know what? In the end, they win if you do. So let's do a quick recap of the gang stalker's agenda. It's isolation, for the victim to forget who they are and to seek validation from the gang, to also that when the victim is destroyed or they self-destruct, that they will be totally alone. And so I'm going to wrap the video up at this point. If you enjoy the content of my YouTube channel, please like, subscribe, leave a comment, and share. And as always, until we meet again, bye-bye, my friends.